What's up, everybody? It's been a good minute. It's been a while, but I'm back now. School just been killing me. Work been killing me. Having a lot of extracurricular activities outside too. Things are finally starting to slow down for a little bit for a couple weeks. So I'm gonna be trying to record a lot more. But I want to come back with a live because I got a lot of information for y'all. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. So over the last couple of weeks, we've had some crazy things happen on the internet. We've had this Umar Johnson situation with his daughter, Anthony Mackie, actually addressing what's wrong with American men and addressing whatever reason the hell they've been trying to destroy us and our masculinity. One small thing with Dochi saying something stupid because I guess when you sign a contract, that means you sell your soul. It is what it is. And we will be sadly talking about Jonathan Majors because I think it's something we need to greatly bring to the spotlight about what really goes on with young black men in the community. So, nice little opening there. I don't have the money to have a cool intro or anything like that, but one day hopefully. So here I am back after a little bit. I know it's been a couple weeks since I last uploaded, but these been some crazy events taking place, and I do want to start off with something positive, just for y'all to open up some good information about black men, something we pulled off in 2024 that has officially put us in a different bracket as earners in the country. So here we go. Let's start off with Medium Man. Let him drop some information on y'all.
In the in our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men.
Black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
This is not about a competition thing. It's about level setting the conversation so we can have relationship discussions in good faith. For usual weekly earnings of wage and salary workers, news release, 18 January 2024. And this is from 2023 fourth quarter earnings. Among the major race and ethnicity groups, the 2023 fourth quarter median annual earnings were: Asian men were at the top at 90,000, Asian women 71,000, white men 69,000 annually, white women $55,000 annually, black men $55,000 annually, black women $50,470, Hispanic men $50,120, Hispanic women $43,880. Black men are number 5. Black women are right behind them on number 6. And this is 2023 fourth quarter. Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Usual weekly earnings of wage and salary workers, fourth quarter 2024. I just told you guys that black men were number 5. Black women were right under them at number 6. Among the major race and ethnicity groups, the 2024 fourth quarter median annual earnings: Asian men 87,000, Asian women 71,000, white men 68,000, and look at what we have here. Black men in the fourth quarter of 2024 earned $58,136.
That is crazy. So for the first time, I think, in American history, black men officially make more money than white women. I think since the 70s, maybe somewhere around there. But we have officially made it to the top 4 earners in the country. 58,000 in the fourth quarter. That's not bad, y'all. Let's be honest here. And they cannot say black men don't make any money. 58,000 is not like a lavish lifestyle by any means necessary. Like, let's keep it a buck. But what we can talk about is the fact that whenever they talk about black men not having money or this, and the third, pay attention to the men who actually have jobs. Black men work hard, man. We really do. And I wanted to open up this with this positive information because it's just something y'all should feel good about hearing. We now, on average, I don't know if that's just from last year. I don't know if something's going on with the money, but we now, it looks like we make more than white women. And that's when shit gonna start getting goofy. But let's keep going. Median man never misses.
If black men earn $1,118 for every quarter weekly, then we would earn $58,000. I just put the approximates up there just to give y'all an example of where we stand, okay? Higher than white women. This is the first time that black men have ever out-earned white men or white women. Black men for the fourth quarter in 2024 increased their earnings to finally out-earn white women. So that puts us for that quarter in the number 4 position. And remember, like I said, last year, fourth quarter, we were number 5. So black men are increasing their annual income moving into 2025. Shout out to you, black men. I told y'all, just keep going, man. Keep going. No matter what y'all see on social media, people calling the black community a matriarch, the black community would be in shambles if it wasn't for black men. In response to what do black men do? Black men, I got you. Out of the 3% majority black-owned businesses, 53% of majority-owned black are owned by black men. 39% had black women majority owners, while 8% had equal male/female ownership. Black men own about 95% of black-owned banks in the United States. Yes, black people do own banks. I have a whole video out there that I'm going to show you guys a thumbnail for. And also, as of February 2024, there were 16 black billionaires in the world. And of those 16, 10 are from the United States, with 8 of those billionaires in the United States being black men, and only 2 are black women. As of 2023, there were nearly 2 million black millionaires in the United States, which is about 8.8% of the total number of millionaires in the country. Remember, black men only represent 7% of the population, the U.S. population. Black men roughly represent 80% of the millionaires in the black community. Black men own 18 of the 20th largest black businesses in the United States, which stem from goods and services, industrial, entertainment, transportation, finance, companies in communication, engineering, food services, and farming. Also, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are over 100,000 barbers in America. Slightly more than 20% of those barbers are black men, even though black men only represent 7% of the population. Crazy, right? African American barbers are a significant component of the men's grooming industry that Forbes estimated in 2015 to exceed $20 billion. Yeah, you are doing great. I'm proud of you. So white women were right behind black men for the fourth quarter of 2024 with $56,888. Hispanic men actually jumped from 7 to 6. Unfortunately, black women dropped in the fourth quarter, and this is the second time that this has happened. So 50,856. This is the first time that Hispanic men have leapfrogged black women. You guys are going to see why this matters and why I keep speaking to black women about their economic standing, because I did not want to see this happen. Hispanic women are still 8th at $43,888. So what does that mean? The last time I showed you guys this information, I told you that there was a decrease and an increase in the black community. Black men's annual income increased, black women's annual income decreased. Now you see fourth quarter 2024, Hispanic men have now taken over Black women in the earnings department for that particular quarter for weekly earnings. I'm trying to explain this as best possible. For 12 weeks, Hispanic men out-earned Black women in the fourth quarter. In 2023, Black men in the fourth quarter were number 5. Now they're number 4 for the fourth quarter 2024. And you see right there, Black women were right behind Black men at 6. Now it's Hispanic men and Black women dropped to 7. So the way that the BLS gets the averages for the year is every time they put out an earnings report for every quarter. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. I just showed you guys the fourth quarter. So they averaged out all of those earnings reports from every quarter, which are 4 income reports, and they put them all together and they tell you how much everybody made for the complete year. Median usual weekly earnings of full-time wage and salary workers by selected characteristics annual averages. You have Asian men, 89,000, Asian women, 70,000, white men, 66,000, white women, 55,000, Black men, 52,000. We earned $1,000 every week. But Hispanic men actually out-earned Black women for the whole year of 2024 at 50,000. Black women's annual earnings decreased to $47,944, and Hispanic women are still in 8th at $43,224. So why is this important for the Black community? For one, it shows you guys that whatever you hear in social media about Black men and how we're suffering, it's not true. Yes, of course, we can do better. Everybody can do better, but we're on an upward trajectory. Now, what happened with Black women, they're now earning less than Hispanic men. In regards to relationships, the most popular conversation that I see on these spaces is the 50-50. And if you guys now see that Black men make almost $5,000 more than Black women, it may be in your best interest to fix your attitude and start partnering with these upward mobile Black men. So the best way that we can, build generational wealth is to start partnering with one another. That's how we're going to build generational wealth. The best way is to get married. The second best way is to partner, cooperate, be friendly, nice, things of that nature. And I'm speaking directly to Black women because this is not good. This is not a good look. Shout out to Black men for out earning anybody white because y'all know how much we go through within the Black community and outside of the Black community. And for us to do that and hit this milestone for 2024 fourth quarter, it's absolutely amazing. So again, salute to Black men. I'm proud of you guys. And hopefully we can get our sisters on board so they can start understanding that, hey, you got some leaders in the Black community and it ain't going to stop here. 2025 just hit, and I'm predicting that you'll see a spike in Black men's earnings. So again, shouts out to Black men and God bless Black community.
So yeah, that was Medium Man. Like always, I always try to represent the best channels on my page if I can. Yeah, man, I'm proud of Black men. I'm so proud of us, man. I really am. It's just really great to see that we are really finally getting our feet on the ground and just moving with it. Because for so long, the narrative of Black men don't make any money. We poor. We the broke demographic. Blah blah blah. Whatever. The numbers are there. At the end of 2024, the fourth quarter numbers were right there. 58,000 on average, bro. We almost at 60. And then what can they say? 60,000 on average. It's not bad money. It's really not, especially if you live by yourself. 60,000 living by yourself, bro. Depending on where you live, you live in Philly, you might still be a little bit struggle, but not like struggling like as bad. It just goes to show you where Black men have had everything pushed back on us. Even our own women pushed back on us. The country, the police, the government, the states, the workforce, our own women, they all push back against us. Yet we always seem to find a way to persevere. And y'all don't understand it, man. Y'all just don't understand how powerful that makes Black men look. I mean, we've been making a big impact on ourselves mentally, physically, politically in the last couple of years, I don't see that trajectory stopping with this generation of men. And thank God, because bruh, we've been the most spit on, kicked on, beat on men in American history. And this isn't making us like victims. I'm not trying to victimize us, but I'm just breaking down exactly what the fuck we got to deal with on just any old regular day, any old regular basis at any different time. And it's just, it's a great sight to see. It is a great sight to see that black men are making changes to us. And even if our women don't want to get on board, we're still making changes to us. And that's what's important. Black men, you can pat yourselves on the back, be happy, because this is just, it only goes up from here. I agree with me, man. I genuinely believe that there might be another rating spike among earnings for black men. And I definitely believe that there's going to be a marriage spike again in like another 2 or 3 years. So like 2028, 2029, somewhere around there, we might see black men's marriage numbers go up even more. I genuinely think black men might be 40% by 2029. That's my prediction. I would love to see it. Like 40% of black men are married. That would be nice because only 36%. We've jumped. We were 33. Now we're 36. And I can only see black men who are more constructive, more put together, being more sought after in the coming years and ending up marrying women who actually love and respect them. So I on a little tangent here, but again, like I said, I want to open this up with black men feeling good because we have made a difference and we've made a dent in the wage gap issues between us and white men and even white women. For all those white women who complain about being women, they naturally made more money than us because they were Becky's behind the patriarchy. So now we're here with it. We've proven that we can push through as long as we just put our heads down and keep moving, which is what we've been doing. It's all over the internet about black men's incomes changing and looking better. So for that, black men, I salute to you 100%. Thank you for what we've been doing. Let's just keep this moving because, I got stuff to get done and I want to do this live. But again, shout out to black men. So let's go into this next one where big head ass Dochi decided to say something stupid that's just dumb as hell. Here we go.
Is it being on the DL?
You're on the right track. I have my answer.
Is it close enough?
You want to guess one more time what would be a red flag for me?
Bad music taste?
Oh, that is a good one.
Because that's one for me.
That is a good one.
Like,
But that's
what
not
do you
what
mean
I put.
you don't listen to Michael Jackson? But okay.
Okay. This is a huge red flag for me.
All right. You know what's so crazy? I was going to say men. I was going to say men.
No, strike one. You're a man.
Yeah.
And you're heterosexual.
Yeah. I was going to say, so technically, because my mind was already there, I don't think I deserve to eat a wing.
I think you do, friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, always go with your gut instinct.
I think you need more sauce. Maybe so.
Okay, so on a side note, before I say what I'm going to say, I actually really like Doechii as an artist. I think a lot of her songs are really good. I think she's very talented. I think she's very innovative. I think that "The Nile is a River" is a very intriguing song to me. I love that song. Winning Rap Album of the Year, sure. I mean, I'm proud of her, but I genuinely think she is talented. I do believe she's more talented, more fresh sounding than any other woman we have going on right now. That's big, like rap, like Ice Spice and them. I know that's been going on. People are like, "Oh, I'm starting to hate Doechii. I'm tired of Doechii." But people have been responding with, "Man, y'all forced Ice Spice down our throats for 2 years. We like this. This is actual talent," and I agree. But this whole straight men are a red flag, but she's not even gay. I swear, man. It's like once you sign a contract, you sell your soul to the establishment, and she's just running with running with it. She's just running with it, honestly. And I just, oh my God, pain in the ass. See, and this is what we were talking about. No matter what you do, is just not good enough. Now, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure I've read in comment sections that there are women who are just like, "Yep, being a straight man is a red flag." I'm like, so you want a gay man? So you want a man who's not even aroused by you? Basically, is what that sounds like. So if you're dating someone and they tell you they're a straight man, that's a turnoff. But you like men. I swear, yo, anything for clout or anything to go viral. But it's also just seems like she was dead ass serious. It's like, bruh, this is really what we got to deal with. Why can't white women ever say something this stupid and go viral? Like the Hawk Tour girl did, but like that was dumb in like a drunk way. Black women do this shit sober. They do this shit sober. So it's not like you have anything influencing you to say this. Just for the life of me, don't get it. Just emasculating men. And you know she probably date black boys too. So you just emasculating black men left and right. And people ask us what the fuck is wrong with us and what we got to deal with. This is exactly what we be talking about. How, sis? Please tell me how a straight black man is or a straight man in general. Like, how is that a red flag if that's what you want to date? Unless you're completely okay with a bisexual black man, then you're like 1 out of 3 black women in the world who will accept a black man who's been with a guy at least once. Because most black women are not with that shit. So you got to be the most actually progressive black woman I've ever seen. But look, it is what it is. You do you. Stay with it. But Dochi, that whole thing was just dumb. And I just don't think that was a wise decision to just be like, straight men are a red flag. That, like I said, y'all, this live stream had a lot of information. And that was something I just had to get off my chest. She is dumb. The women of today are just, it makes you want to rip your hair out. They don't make any sense. And I don't think they care to anymore. I think they just are lost in the sauce. But hold on, I got to step out for once. Whew, my bad, y'all. But here I am. Um, yeah, this is just part of the main issue that we have to deal with. But I guess we'll go on to the next part of this phase where I finally get to talk about Umar Johnson and his bullshit with this quote unquote daughter of his who claims that he's just never been in her life, which I kind of had my suspicions on anyway. So now that we're here with it, the truth is here and the truth will set niggas free. But I'm a little iffy on it. So I'm not completely convinced that it's true because it comes kind of out of nowhere. But here's the video.
Okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk
So let me run this
TikTok.
back.
So I just wanted to come on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me. You should never be too busy for your daughter ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to, I guess, somehow find my sister on my dad's side. So if you see this, please reach out to me. Please DM me because I want to know who.
So there's that issue. That was Dr. Umar's alleged daughter, apparently. And she's basically saying he ain't been in her life. This, that, and the third. She wants to contact her sister. So I'm guessing they never actually got to communicate with each other. But this is exactly the problem. Someone like Dr. Umar Johnson. Like I said, I don't completely believe it until the truth comes out. But I have a video that might actually confirm that it is true because he never denied it. But also he made a bunch of deflections and shit. I don't understand, bruh. I don't understand. It's like you telling black men this, and if you saw from the thing with Media Man, him saying black women out earn black men, this, that, and the third, and he was going to colleges telling black girls stop sleeping with black men until they marry you, black power, which is great. It's a great idea, but nigga, you got 2 single mother homes under your belt. You have 2 daughters and they don't know each other, so they don't have family communication, and you got 2 baby moms under your belt. You ain't married neither one of them, and you're still trying to find a third, fourth person to marry because you want 2 wives. Why don't you just marry the 2 women you had children with and put both of your daughters in a home with their father? Even though one is 21, I think the other one's a little bit younger. It doesn't make any sense that black men are getting blamed for this, and Umar is allowed to tear us down because black women are going to just look at him and listen to him and pay for him because he panders to those feelings that they never really get pandered to on a regular basis. But how has that gotten black women anywhere? It really hasn't gotten y'all anywhere. And now this young lady comes out, and there's a lot of black women who have actually been saying they believe her. I'm 50-50 because it is convenient, that she came out and said it. Probably took a lot of courage. Knew it would blow up. But then you have the idea that maybe she is dead serious. She does want to know her sister, and she wants everybody to know that Dr. Umar isn't who he says he is, which the quote unquote black manosphere has been saying for a couple of years now that he is not who he seems to be. But again, black women have still sent him money, still gave him all these good graces, queens and mother goddesses and all this other stuff. And honestly, it was all an act. You could smell it on him. I've never met him in person, but you could smell it on him. Hence my video where I said, Dr. Umar, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Because, I'm not against the school. The idea of the school is beautiful, but I don't think that school's ever getting made. And if it does get made, right, I'll be the first person to make a video saying, Dr. Umar, I apologize because you put the school together. But this brother is a clown and a half. And it's good to see that there are some black women on the internet that are waking up to it. but it's not enough and not enough speed of doing it. So we still got one more thing to talk about. We're about a half hour in, almost a half hour on this live. I'm glad to be doing this, but let me bring up this next part to his response to the daughter.
Bashing you?
Really?
I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life.
Y'all know me too well. Y'all know my love for children is too strong. For anybody to be coming out the woodworks telling you they've been trying to reach me when my number has been public for 20 years. Listen, brothers and sisters, I want y'all to listen. My phone number has been the same for 20 years. So anybody telling you they've been trying to reach me and my phone number hasn't changed in 20 years, mind you, I speak at graduations in Philadelphia all the time. I'm on the street in Philadelphia all the time. I have events in Philadelphia all the time. I got family in Philadelphia everywhere. And you've been trying to find me? Stop the cap now. Can we please stop the cap, brothers and sisters? Trying to build your struggle streamer career off of my back, coming up out of nowhere, acting like you've been looking for me. Get Mama Smurf. When can the three of us have a sit down? I'm ready for this. When can Mama Smurf, Papa Smurf, and Baby Smurf have a sit down? Oh, I'm ready for this. And I will have my white man paperwork. When can we do the sit down? When can we do the sit down? Been paying child support since you damn near came out the womb. Deadbeat who? When can we have a sit down? Child support started, you wasn't even out your mama yet, and she took me to child support. Deadbeat who? Child custody file this thick. What are we talking about? Where is Mama Smurf? What is your mama's Instagram? We want to ask her some questions. Where's your mama's face? Where is the mother? And none of y'all asking no questions.
Lord have mercy.
This is how you know that this is not about the truth. If his number hasn't changed in 20 years, why haven't you called for an in-person conversation? You wait until now. Why is that? Why did you wait until now? I want you to get off of social media for a minute. Stop looking ridiculous. Get off social media for a minute, Baby Smurf. Stop looking ridiculous. And I want you to get Mama Smurf. And on Thursday, 1 week from today, I'm calling you out, you and Mama Smurf. I want a respectable private FDMG tour and luncheon. Baby Smurf, Mama Smurf, and Big Papa. Wilmington, Delaware. Let's put it into this right now.
Excuse me. So yeah, that was his response. that was his response. He basically didn't deny it. So maybe she is really his daughter. He's saying his phone number never changed in 20 years. She never contacted him. I don't know how true that part is, but Dr. Umar is good at getting the internet to watch his stuff. This makes him more famous, to be honest with you. This actually helps him get more famous. And it's funny because I'm about to quote something I didn't think I'd be quoting, but there's an episode about Carly with that dumbass Fred dude where they got more views because they had a falling out with him on the internet. And his whole thing was the internet and people love a good fight. And this could easily be a good fight for the internet, for people to just look and be like, well, damn. Umar Johnson out here, but we still love him because he's entertaining. It's sad, but it's true. But his response is he said he's been paying child support. He said, let's have a chat with you and me and the mom. So he's willing to chat, but bro, why now? You should have been more proactive of being in your daughter's life. You never said the mom kept her from you. So you already shot yourself there. And you never said the daughter said she hated you. So that's another shot to you. So if you wanted your kids' lives, excuse me, long day. What's the problem then? You should have no issue locking in to take care of your daughter, or at least be more active in her life, give her something to talk about, think about, be about. But it seemed like you just found every single way to deflect. That's that shit I don't like. That is that shit I don't like. But he gonna be him, yo. He gonna be Dr. Umar Johnson, Goofy. So yeah, the Umar situation. Damn, what's wrong with me? Umar situation is just what it's gonna be for right now. As far as I'm concerned, there hasn't been any real proof or anybody's been able to prove anything. I know he's, like I said, he's been calling her a struggle streamer, like shaming your daughter is crazy, but calling her a struggle streamer and all kinds of things like that. But he didn't deny none of the information. He clearly thinks that's his child too. He would have said that's not his daughter if that was the case. But Umar Johnson is a master manipulator. So we just gonna have to play that one by ear because he just is who he is. But again, a lot of people tend to do things because they feel like they never could, and now they have the power to. I'm not saying she's not his daughter, but I'm saying it's more his responses that make me question the whole thing. So let that be what it is. But Umar, you and this thing with your daughter, you walking around telling black men, oh, y'all not taking care of y'all kids and dating outside your race, and you should only be with a black woman, and basically kind of telling black men to be stepdads. But yeah, because you got 2 single mother homes under your belt. You ain't married neither one of them. So now you expect black men to clean up the mess that niggas like you leave behind? Come on, man, with the weirdo shit. The snow bunnies is snow bunnies never? And it's like, yeah, but the problem is you don't understand what the fuck we got to deal with as far as women with a bunch of kids and can't make it to 24 without having a bunch of baby dads and shit. And you are part of that problem, and you are no exception. So do what you want to do with that situation. Like I said, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I think it's honestly just all publicity. And if that's what he want to do, he gonna do it. But I wouldn't think too deep into this if I were y'all. But now let's go on to this next one. We have my dog Anthony Mackie. Just dropped Captain America Brave New World little bit ago, a couple weeks back. Didn't do as great in the box office as I would have liked. I genuinely think it's overhated. I think a lot of the white people who were just trying to do what they do best, hating off of us for no reason. Not every white person, because that's just not realistic, but enough white people are. And I think that ultimately hurt the box office for the movie. I think that movie should have made at least 600 to 700 million, but there's some weird culture shift going on right now. And I think I'm a little more mad at black people for not really going to flood that theater for them either. But it is what it is. But I will definitely say that Anthony Mackie has surprised me very much as an actor, but also proving he can be like legitimately real. And it's good to see that there are some celebrities out there that aren't completely lost from reality. And based off what he talks about in this video and what he's been trending online for saying, I'm proud to say that I'm a big fan of Anthony Mackie. And here's the video to that situation.
My boys humble. Like my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. My boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a. I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Mm-hmm. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. Mm-hmm. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Hold up, limitless, take a stomach cap, pinning it. I fought the head to witness it.
So yeah, that was Anthony Mackie, pretty much breaking down him being involved in his son's lives is the most pivotal thing he can make happen. He basically said, even though I was a celebrity, I did not splurge my kids to the point where they now act like they can do whatever they want. I don't care if I'm a celebrity, I can be the biggest star in the world. I don't want you out here on that dumb shit. That's exactly why men of character need to be in their kids' lives. Now, is it upsetting that Anthony Mackie and his wife are divorced? Yes, it is. But Anthony Mackie and his ex-wife have 4 sons together. He doesn't have a bunch of baby moms. He only got his 4 sons, and he got them all in line. And this is the thing that a lot of women just fail to fucking get. Like, having a man like that in the house that raises your sons is more important than swagger what the other women in your group think. If your friends think something of him, they probably ain't really your friends. Let's just keep it a buck. They don't want you to have him because they might want him too. And he's more thorough than a lot of brothers out here in Hollywood. No offense to any of the other brothers in Hollywood, but for Anthony Mackie to step up and say that basically means he's right. The death of men in general, but the death of black men has been a problem since the 70s. The mental deconstruction, the physical deconstruction, the testosterone deconstruction, economic, everything, educational, the deconstruction of black men of being broken down has been going on longer than the others. And now you're seeing the other men get it, but it's still nowhere near as bad. Black men have been getting torn down since the Reconstruction era of the late 1800s. And I know he didn't really want to go completely racial. Anthony Mackie seems to be pretty neutral about that stuff. But he also is very adamant about black kids having role models to look up to. And like he said, yo, my oldest son, when I'm not here, when I'm off filming, when I'm off being Captain America, I need you to be in the crib, locking the crib up, making sure everybody cool, this and the third, raising his sons to say, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. They hold doors for women. He raised his son to be men. But the problem is those boys, unfortunately, going to get out into the real world and find out a lot of women who look like them are not attracted to that shit. So unfortunately, we might see in the next couple of years Anthony Mackie's sons being married to other races of women because our women don't respect men who act like those boys. And that's unfortunate. But I want to replay that Anthony Mackie clip because it is so important that y'all hear this a second time.
My boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. My boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he's going to straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different. Kids.
I want to keep this picture of Anthony Mackie right here. Like, this is really what a black man should aspire to be like. And I know he's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Anthony Mackie can be kind of an ass sometimes. But when he just broke down about how he deals with his oldest son and even his younger boys, he is 100% correct. When you have the dad in the house to break one of the sons down, the other ones fall the fucking line. Now, some of them may be, so you'll always get the rebellious kid. You'll always have one of them kids that's rebellious, and you might have to break that one in a lot more than the others. But the difference is he got the son in line, his oldest son. He's like, you the man of the house, lock the doors up, make sure everybody's straight. You text me before you go to bed, text me when you wake up. This, that, and the third. We keep this shit on lock together. And he's right. That's exactly how you're supposed to do your son. And like he said, his son's never owned a pair of Jordans. I'm going through the comment sections in different areas about this, and all I'm seeing is people talking about the sons not having Jordans. And I'm like, what the fuck does that got to do with the message? The black man is so trivialized to the point where a pair of Jordans is the only thing y'all can think about in a topic of blatant importance. It is an idiosyncratic behavior that I can't stand in the black community. I can't stand it in the black community because it is legitimately important. He's right. And I know him and his ex-wife, they co-parent their kids together, apparently. They are a very good co-parenting relationship with the 4 boys, because I guess she understands them 4 boys need their dad. Regardless, they need their father. And it just drives me crazy. Anthony Mackie was basically breaking down some shit, saying for whatever reason, they've been killing masculinity in men in our homes and our communities. They've been doing it to black men longer than any other race. They slightly do it to been slightly doing it to white men since the 60s, but they did it through like humor. Like if you watch like the Van Dyke Show, or if you watch like the Brady Bunch or some of them old white shows, you can see some of the emasculation of white men, but it was nowhere near as lethal because the parents in those shows still work together. And if you look at like a lot of the black sitcoms, a lot of the dads did run the house, but the mom was an ox. Like look at Cliff and Claire, look at Harriet and Carl, look at Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. The dads were in the home, but the mom was like an ox, but they still respected the husband. So there's a little bit of a difference. But if you look at the media as a whole, go back to like Birth of a Nation, which I can't show clips on that because, you know, apparently niggas is getting copyright. I know Sarge Bullet Pete said somebody copyright him for Birth of a Nation, which is a movie from like 1915. It's a silent film, but I digress. We've been getting it there, the blackface stuff. We've been getting it through like, you know, shows recent, especially recently. We've been getting it so much through shows like P-Valley and all the other shows where black men are just getting beat down, killed by women, and just overly just everything. And it's like to see the death of the American male come as a whole to not just black men now, it is becoming a masculinity crisis. And I appreciate Anthony Mackie for just being a celebrity, but also being able to just say, I'm going to say what's real because that needs to get spoken about. So I'm glad Anthony Mackie stood up and said this as a black man. To see a black man talk about this problem is even better because now whoever has been seeing this, a lot of black men have been seeing this and responding to it wonderfully. Just breaking down all this bullshit that's been going on for the last 2 decades. And he's right. This really started picking up and getting worse around the 2000s. So imagine being a little kid in the 2000s. He was already like in his early 20s. So imagine being a kid and you never got to experience masculinity. You had to wait till you were older to see what the hell it really was. That's been the problem. So we're going to give Anthony Mackie his flowers on this one because it's no reason why he shouldn't have his damn flowers. Did a damn good job with that. He did a damn good job. But appreciate that. But let's go on to this next phase. I don't actually have any audio clips for this or any sounds, so I'm just gonna have Jonathan Majors here as like a picture where it states here from the shade room. Weirdly enough, they actually drew attention to something that's happening to black men, which never happens ever. But Jonathan Majors basically stating the fact that he was essayed as a child, he was molested. It's sad to see that happened to him. It's sad to see that happened to him because let's be honest, this is the part where the video gets a little rough because it's never talked about. Well, when it happens to black men, especially when it happens to black men, we are the most, when I say emasculated, we are the most emasculated, and it comes from our men and our damn women. To be a 9-year-old boy, to be, I don't even know if I can say the word molested. He was essayed by men and women. So not only did you get it from one side, you got it from both sides. And bro, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Like this is like legitimately a thing. But it's a thing that's never talked about in the black community because that's when most boys who are essayed get essayed when they're very small, before the testosterone kind of starts to kick in and they start going through those changes. That's when it happens. I know so many brothers personally who have been like, yeah, I lost my virginity when I was like 10, 11 to like my babysitter, or like when I was 16, my mom's friend asked me to go to the store and I came back from the store and next thing you know, it was on and popping, but not realizing they really got like essayed. They got molested. And everyone on the block know Miss Peaches is a freak and she'll do it to the young boys that she has to get her rocks off, and nobody holds her accountable. Miss, you know what I'm saying? Like the women are able to do this, and it's a known thing that older women in the community were having sex with younger black boys. Now, the other turn is that there are black men in the black community who are having sex with younger black girls too. But it's always drawn as, as a matter of fact, perfect example. Remember, I talked about this when Randy was like, oh, when we were messing with the drug dealers, and you ever notice how all those women who were messing with those older black men when they were in high school, they're victims now. They're victims now. But when they were doing it, it wasn't so bad. It was all fun and games. It was lit. He had a car. He had all that free money. She didn't know where it was coming from, but she really did. But when it happens to a black boy, it's like, be glad you got some. Shoot, at least somebody wanted you. Yeah, you needed that. You needed that, young boy. Now go get some more. And that dude was probably crying to have it done to him by both. It's unfortunate. It's just really unfortunate that this happened to him. It's not. I don't wish this type of shit on anybody. On anybody. And one person is too many. And in the black community, it seems like a lot of people go through these crazy sexual experiences when they're not even teenagers. And then even more when they are teenagers. We got to get this shit under control. This community has been too much of a mess for way too long. The fact that he came out and said this is bold, because in the world that we live in today, a man saying something happened to him, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Excuse me. But I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for coming out to say this. We need this conversation to happen. I'm tired of we can't talk about it, man. You might sound like you hate your own people and all this other stuff. Whatever, bro. Whatever. Like, I'm just glad to see that we are at this point where a lot of black men are not being afraid to speak out about what's going on out here. It's just fantastic. But this topic right here is really sad. It's really sad. And you know, my prayers go out to you. My heart go out to you, man. I know this might have been a big shock for Megan Good to hear about it now that y'all are engaged, I think. It's good to see you got a good movie coming out. Might get Oscar nominated for it. This might be your big comeback, bro. Thank God. Because, you know how that be with them YT women, as they would say on your Triggers channel, those YT women. So it's about time this shit got exposed. It's about time this shit got exposed. And with this, women are just daffodils and sugar spice and everything nice, and men are just these egregious, hyper aggressive animals that just want to hurt women all the time and do nasty things to women. And now we're starting to get men who are willing to say these type of things happen to them by women and men. But yeah, sorry, Jonathan, but a lot of black men have gone through this. And a lot of black men going through the comments and they're saying, we don't tell because we didn't think anyone would listen, or we don't tell because we weren't supposed to. And you were damn sure supposed to. So my heart goes out to all of you brothers who've been hurt by this. And this might have triggered some flashbacks. I know Celebrity says she wants to do a live on this soon. So if she does do a live on it, I might show up and try to show up on there. So, you know, be on the lookout for that live if she does drop it. Tanisha actually mentioned this. Tanisha Talks, you've seen on my channel, then you know I've talked about her a lot. She's mentioned it on her channel within the last year or so, after she was on live with somebody who mentioned it. So it is something that's finally getting talked about out loud. Thank God. So now what was going on with black men? It's just good to see that. But yeah, that's kind of all my topics. I might just go on this closing thing. What's going on with black men is great. It's really great, y'all. Well, we got a lot of things going on, money going up. We're finally speaking about the masculinity issues going on in the black community. We just gotta just keep pushing forward. We gotta work on healing still. We still gotta heal because we are not healed as much as we should be. As much as we should be healed, we ain't healed yet. So with that being said, you know, we're almost an hour in. Kind of want to hit an hour, but I might not because I'm really tired and I got stuff I got to get done. But thank y'all for joining this live. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I was gone so long. I'll try to drop some more videos and some little videos here and there on topics this week. Just let me know what I can do to improve the channel, improve the streams, improve the videos. I'm always open to constructive criticism because I really need some help. I might need some sponsors if anybody knows any. I'm trying to get my page to grow. Pages like this will not grow fast, but I would love it to. Thank you all who are followers. Like, comment, subscribe in the comments. Get the conversation started. I'll see y'all in the next video.